Hey everybody, Jake here for Extreme Terrain, and in this video we're taking a look at the Rough Country Hard Low Profile Tri-Fold tonneau cover fitting 2022 and newer Tundras with the 5.5 foot bed. Protect your Tundra's bed space and make your truck more practical and flexible with this hard cover from Rough Country. This is a solid cover that's going to give you the security and flexibility you're after without having to spend a ton of money to get it. Adding a tonneau cover addresses one of the biggest shortcomings of having a pickup, and that is the lack of covered storage space. So having something to cover up the bed adds another area of covered storage that is weather and water resistant, so you can keep valuables back there with no worries. Now this one in particular is a hard 3-panel folding tonneau cover, and it provides you some of the best protection you can get. Since the panels are all hard and you've got aluminum in between them too, you're going to have plenty of protection from errant debris or would-be thieves. Now this one does automatically lock into place when you close it up, so as long as you close this down and lock your tailgate, this is going to provide you with a fully secured locked bed space. Now one of the other nice things about this cover is that it is low profile, so it has a really clean look to it when you've got it fully closed. And at first glance, you may not even notice that it's installed in the truck. Now that makes it pretty aerodynamic as well, and that can potentially provide you with some improved fuel economy, though of course your mileage may vary here. Now this is also very easy to operate thanks to the lightweight construction, and can easily open it with one hand. Now this can also be run fully open using the ball and socket prop rods, so you can securely set this all the way up without having to worry about the cover. Now being that this is a hard cover, that does mean that in the fully open position, it is going to obscure your rear window, but you don't need to remove the cover in order to gain full access to your bed space. It's a very quick and easy process to open this up fully. Now that is a place where it does benefit over a soft cover or retractable one. This takes almost no time to open. As you can see, this is the mechanism to unlock the panel. Nice and easy to pull. So it's going to take you pretty much no time, and again, it's not going to cut into your bed space at all, which is especially important in a short bed truck like this Tundra. Now Rough Country also integrated a clever water drainage system into the rails with these included drains, so that's going to help keep whatever you've got stored in the bed nice and dry. Now just like any tonneau cover, this is not completely waterproof, but it is water resistant. You've got those integrated drains in the rails and thick weather stripping included on both the cover and the rails themselves to keep that water out. So while it may not be completely impenetrable, again, just like any tonneau cover, it is going to be pretty resistant to water ingress. The panels are all made from high-strength T6061 aircraft-grade aluminum. You've got this nice textured finish over top, meaning that these are going to be durable, they're going to be lightweight, and they'll withstand the test of time or pretty much whatever you can throw at them. Like the panels themselves, the frame is also constructed from aircraft-grade aluminum, so this thing is light, and that aluminum has a nice black powder coating over top of it as well. Again, this whole thing does come with large weather stripping already installed on the cover. You've got some more on those aluminum rails too. So again, it's going to help keep dirt and moisture from getting into your bed space, and all the aluminum rails and hardware that you need to install this are included in the box, but we'll talk more about that in a moment. Pricing comes in at about $700, which puts this in the middle of the pack when it comes to hard folding tonneau covers for this gen of Tundra. This is going to provide you all the flexibility and none of the complication of a retractable cover. You're not going to have to pay the price for one of those either. And while there are less expensive options out there for hard tri-fold tonneaus, this one has a lot of good stuff baked in, and it's a really solid piece. The build quality is nice here, and if you want that protection and good looks for a pretty decent price, this is going to be an excellent choice for your build. Installation gets a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and the job should take you around 30 minutes to complete. This is a totally bolt and clamp on operation, so there's no drilling or modification involved, meaning that it is easily a job that you can accomplish at home. With that, let's head on out to the shop and we'll show you the process.
Tools required for this install include the included wrench and Allen wrench. What's up guys? Today we're installing a tonneau cover on our Tundra, so let's get started. Now the first thing we need to do is install our weather strip at the front side of our bed here. We have this rail that we're going to stick it down onto. You're going to peel back the double-sided tape backing, stick it down, and you might need a pair of scissors to cut a little excess at the other end. Now for demonstration purposes, we're not going to be installing this piece, so we're going to move on to the next step. Now before we get our tonneau cover in place, we need to assemble our 2 side rails. We have the latch that's going to hold it down that we need to slide onto the front end, as well as the bracket that our bolt's going to go through for the back to tighten our tonneau cover down to our rail. Then once we have those installed, we can put our drain tube on the back side. Now we're going to start at the back here. The back's the one with this little pad on the edge there. So we'll take the first piece and slide that onto the track. And then we'll take our drain tube, slide that into the end here. And then we can come to the front side here and install our latch. Now we already have one installed from the factory, so we're just gonna match that orientation. Slide that over the edge. We have an Allen bolt that we're gonna have tightened down. We're gonna do this once we have the tonneau cover installed and we can line up our latch. And then you can repeat that same process for the other side rail and we'll get these on the truck. Now we're ready to install our side rails. First, we have to put a couple tracks inside of here and then we can lift this up into place. So we're gonna take our first one, pop that cap off the back, slide it in. That one's gonna go towards the front. And then we have our eyelet for our strap. I have this assembled, we can slide it in just like that. And then we'll grab our last block and slide that in. And then we can put our cap back on. And now we can raise up our side rail with the drain tube going towards the back. We want to line this up at this lip here in the front. So now for this first threaded hole, we're going to want that on the opposite side of this bracket. So we'll slide that into place, and then we'll grab our bracket with a spacer, and we have a bolt with a lock washer and flat washer that are going through it and threading into that threaded hole. And then we have this little notch that's gonna go into this. So we'll pop that in, and then we can start tightening down our bolt. And then we'll take that included wrench, make sure our rail is nice and straight, and then take the 17mm side to tighten down that bolt. Now we're going to do that same thing for our rearmost clamp. Now you want to make sure that our two latches are on opposite sides of this bracket. Next, we can tighten down this eyelet. So we're going to snug it up by hand as much as we can first. And then I'm just going to be using that other side of the wrench that's included in the kit to tighten this the rest of the way down. And then we have our drain tube. Now there's no grommets on the Tundra to run this out of. So we have this little hook right here. There's a drain hole for the bed right below it. So I'm just gonna run this through the hook and then right down towards our drain hole. And now you can repeat that same process on the other side. Now next we can get our tonneau cover into position on the front side of the bed. So now we need to unfold our tonneau cover to get access to the holes that we're gonna run our bolts through. So we have a buckle on each side here that we're gonna need to undo. I already did the other one. So we'll undo that and then we can fold this down. So now we're gonna mount our tonneau cover to our rail. We have a bolt with a rubber washer here that we're gonna drop through this hole. And then we can go underneath and line it up and get our wing nut on. Now we can come underneath to our bolt here. Now if you didn't get it lined up through the bracket, you can push up on the top and slide the bracket around to align it. So now we're gonna get a lock washer and a flat washer. And our twist knob. And then we have this cotter pin. There's a hole in the stud, so we can slide that through.
And while we're down here, we can take our strap and hook it onto that eyelet. And then once we have that tightened down, we can go back to this Allen bolt and tighten that down. Next we can come to our latch here. We have this pin that's going to go underneath of here to hold it down. So I'm going to slide this into place. We're going to want to get that centered over our pin just like that. And then we'll take that same included Allen wrench to tighten down our Allen bolt.
And now we just need to do that one more time with our rearmost latch. So we're going to fold down our cover. Once again, we're going to pull this pin and slide this into place so that it's centered up. And then take our Allen wrench and tighten that bolt down. And now once you have everything tightened down on one side, you can do the same thing on the other side. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Rough Country Hard Low Profile Tri-Fold tonneau cover for your 2022 and newer Tundra with a 5.5-foot bed. Thank you for watching, and for all things Tundra, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.